All right, good morning to you, Grenada, Carriacou, PD, Martinique, the rest of the Eastern Caribbean, the rest of the world. It's Good Morning Grenada for today. It's Wednesday, the 17th day of April in the year 2024. Of course, you know the name, Gordon Joseph, and I'm happy, so happy to be with you this morning. And of course, at this time, you know, I always give you the Hills and Valley Health tip for the day. And on Friday, if the good Lord spare our lives, we'll have a regular quiz where you can win yourself a fabulous prize. And this morning, here's what we're looking at. This morning, we continue. Yesterday, we looked at your blood pressure. We told you about the systolic and the diastolic. The systolic being the pressure in the arteries when the heart pumps. And the diastolic is the pressure in the arteries when the heart is at rest to pump again. All right, and we said that reading should be just about 120, the systolic being 120 and the diastolic being 80. Now this morning we're looking at the pulse, all right? And it says a pulse is the heart rate or the number of times your heart beats in 1 minute. The pulse can be measured using the radial artery in the wrist or the carotid artery in the neck. You can check your pulse rate as follows. 1, you can count the number of beats in 30 seconds and multiply that number by 2. Now this will give you the number of beats per minute. A pulse oximeter is an electronic device that clips onto a patient's finger to measure the heart rate and oxygen saturation. Your pulse changes from minute to minute. It will be faster when you exercise, have a fever, or are under stress. It will be slower when you are resting. Some doctors recommend that all adults measure their resting heart rate once a week. Those older than 60 should assess resting heart rate more often as daily. Anyone who is curious about their overall fitness can also measure heart rate during or after activity. All right, so that's your pulse. Your pulse is the number of times your heart beats in a minute. You can check it, you know, you'd see the nurses going there and checking it. So they'll count the number of beats in 30 seconds and then multiply it by 2, or you can use oximeter to check the number of times your heart beats. And that has been your Hills and Valley Health tip for the day. Remember, you have the question or the quiz coming up on Friday where you can win yourself a prize by answering a simple question. Reaching out and saying good morning to all my pips online, Facebook platform. Mary E. Banks, good morning. Catherine Phillip, good morning. She says, good morning, Grenada. Good morning, Innocent. Michelle Bernard, good morning, Mr. Gordon. Good morning, Michelle. Yulin Alexander says, good morning, Gordon. Good morning to everyone. Blessings for a wonderful Wednesday. Have a blessed, safe day, everyone. Kathy and Adam, sis-in-law, good morning, Gordon, Grenada, and the GBN listeners. Blessed day. Good morning to you and Kenneth and Solange and Zuri, and wishing you all have a wonderful day. Hoping to see you all soon. Hope you all are visiting for the summer. Yep. Jillian McIntyre, good morning, Mr. Joseph and everyone else. Good morning, Jillian. Yoland Swanee, pleasant good morning, Mr. Joseph. How are you today? I am feeling well. Good morning to all. Good morning, Yoland. Give Bevin a little hug and a kiss for me, all right? I want to reach out and say good morning to Erlin out there in the U.S. Also to you, Mildred Smith. Good morning, good morning. Paula Paul, good morning. All right? Monica Meros Williams is in the building, and she says, good morning, Mr. Joseph. Good morning to you and Daddy Godwin. Hope you all are doing A-okay. All right, and yeah, good morning to the MacMeos out there in Pomerose or Mount Agnes, Mount Agnes area. Good morning to Pomerose and Mount Agnes, Red Bull and Cobbs and Eggies, good morning. Yeah, the Alphos student. He's my student in Alphos. Yeah, he and Cruz. Good morning. Coltier man also. How you doing? Peck and the guys. Yep. Dante and family and the bunks and little boy. Good morning to you and everybody. Right, Sylvina Charles says, blessed morning, innocent, blessed day to everyone else tuned in at this time. Sylvina, good morning. How are you doing? You all right? Nice. Good morning to the folks in Corinth. Good morning to Miss Taylor and Rastaman. You think it easy to take it easy, boy? Yeah. All right. I have some information here that I'd like to share because quite a number of people, including myself, have been affected by this. So this message came out yesterday and it said, good news, and it's coming from Ariza. Good news. We're thrilled to announce that all Ariza ATMs are back online. The AMI or AMI Access coming soon. That's AMIE. It's coming soon. Thank you for your continued patience, loyalty, and support. Well, Ariza, I'm happy that you all are getting it back together. And, I really would like CSERT along with the FIU and so forth to start sharing some information because from all indications, it seems as though the cyber attacks are very prevalent in Grenada today. But I mean, I've been into banking, so I know financial institutions don't always want to share certain information to avoid scaring and creating uncertainty in their members and customers. But I really, if we need outside assistance, we have to get it because I mean, this is it's way above and beyond. Cheryl Charles says, good morning, blessings everyone. Good morning, Mr. Gordon. Just want to say happy late anniversary to Corona and Lester, who celebrated 1 year in their marriage yesterday. May God bless their union and long-lasting marriage. God bless this family. Of course, blessings to you all. Osman Lewis says, good morning, my brother. Good morning, Osman. Paula Paul, where you day, girl? Paula Paul, give up on us, don't worry. Mildred Smith, Mr. Joseph, I'm listening with your platform lovers. Mildred, how you do this morning? Yeah, touch base. It's always a pleasure having you on board. All right, blessed morning, how are you? There's a difference with Facebook and WhatsApp. I cannot see or hear who's saying this. All right, Pan Expression is coming up on, so please come out and support. It's happening on Sunday the 28th of April. All right, so let's see what's happening with the program now. All right, I am doing fine. All right, good morning, my brother. Who's this now? Okay, Debbie, what's up, bro? How you doing? Hope you and the family are doing fine. Morning to you and yours. Kitty Cat and Alwyn and everybody, good morning. Ronald Robinson listening in New York. That's good. Lester and Corona Carmichael, best family, so lovely. That's nice. Dan Kumari Singh, good morning from Guyana. You're from Burbis or Essequibo? Which one? All right. Nice. Let's get with the program this morning. Okay, and it's time for the word of the day. And the word of the day today is that word. It is a noun. It is a naming word. It is circumlocution. All right. Circumlocution. CIRCUMLOCUTION. Let me say that slowly. CIRCUMLOCUTION. Right? Circumlocution. Nice. Good. Now that refers to the use of many words to saying something that could be said more clearly and directly with fewer words. Usually encountered in formal speech and writing. Circumlocution can also refer to speech that is intentionally evasive. Yeah, the politicians like that. Yeah, they like to use them, a lot of the big words to say one little thing. Yeah. Now here's how we can use that word in a sentence. The judge coughed and pointed to her watch, clearly impatient with the attorney's tiresome circumlocutions in defense of his client. Using a lot of words and not saying anything, you understand? Yeah, attorneys do that a lot too in the court. Nice. It's 19 minutes on to the hour of 7 o'clock. Saying good morning to Pastor Laurie Dominic and the first family of the Westerhall New Testament Church of God. And we're celebrating the 5th anniversary. A whole load of activities are ongoing. I will share some of the information with you as the morning progresses. But it's time for me to say good morning to Nadisha and the folks inside of Cafe and surrounding areas. It's time for the thought of the day, and this one is rather interesting. It says, you can't make a cloudy day a sunny day, but you can embrace it and decide it's going to be a good day after all. Yeah. Let it rest, in essence. When you can't do anything more, just let it rest. You can't turn it into a sunny day. It's cloudy and it's that, as the folks would say, and it's that. You can't make it sunny. If it's cloudy, but what you can do is embrace it and decide it's going to be a good day anyway. So you're going to do things that you enjoy the cloudy day. Yeah. You can't change the day, change your approach to it. Yeah, that's nice. And Nadisha, what you find? Good. Morning to the folks inside of Grenville, La Bay. Yeah, Ford and surrounding areas. Rivulet Lane. Otis Primus. Fireball, good morning. Salisbury Road, good morning. Do good. Yeah. How do you do, Papi? Hope you're doing. Naiko, good morning to you also. Splendid songs and the folks inside of Telescope. Yeah, morning Telescope. Miss Taylor, good morning to you. Want to say good morning to you, Mr. Timothy Redhead and family. Good morning, bro. Hope you're doing fine. Also want to reach out to the medical fraternity and say good morning to all the nurses and doctors of the nation, each and every one of you. Those of you in the intensive care unit, good morning. A special good morning goes out to Dr. Donald Noel. I just get mixed up. Morning to you and your family, man. Great gentleman, exemplary guy. He is laced with humility. That's who he is. You know, you listen to him talk and he's got a wealth of knowledge and experience, but he talks so simply. Good morning, bro. All right, nice. Uncle Glyden, good morning to you. Cassie, Kylie, Curti, good morning to the grandchildren as well. Auntie Elsa and family. Uncle Trevs, what's up, Papi? All right. Sam and Skeety and Potty, good morning. Buzzing this morning, the Maggie King of the Grill is on the 24th, not on the 24th, but on Saturday the 4th of May. It's happening inside of Progress Park. Susan Douglas is going to be there with her family. They're going to show you a thing or two how we can barbecue the corn and everything like that. Yeah, so make it a date and don't be late. Saturday the 4th of May at Progress Park, a day of fun, food, and entertainment. Nice. What else is buzzing this morning? Grenada among Caribbean countries calling for a multilateral approach to the blue economy. And NOAA confirms the 4th global coral bleaching event in the Caribbean. In the region, we hear that Venezuela closes its embassy in Ecuador to protest a raid on Mexican embassy there. Internationally, donor nations pledge over $610 million for crisis-hit Ethiopia. And in sports, boy, the Paris 2024 torch. It was lit in Olympics' birthplace and really is now underway. So we have these and so many more stories coming to you. We've got the AM edition of News, Sports, and the weather coming up. All right, nice. Encouragement for young lawyers to embrace criminal law practice amidst concerns over the diminishing presence of legal professionals in criminal law over the years. Good morning to Mr. Francis Paul and the members of the Grenada Bar Association. Counsel Jerry Edwin, good morning to you. Anselm Clouden. Yeah. Derek is gone. The folks at Grant and Joseph, good morning. Wilkinson and Wilkinson, Kim George and Associates, all the law firms around. Jerry Edwin, good morning to you. How you doing, Papi? You all right? Lydia Cameron says, good morning, everyone. Have a blessed day. All right. Jennifer Lawrence, good morning. Blessed Wednesday, all. Cameroon Andrew, my Jamaican partner. Good morning, my colleagues. Them, yes, are innocent, busy, and things. Good morning, Uncle. Blessings for the day. Shouting out to my family in Paradise and Hills and Hey, what's up, Papi? You good? Nice. Good morning to Chocolate City in Paradise. Okay. It's Frosted Flakes Jr. All right. Good morning, Papi, and the folks at Hills and Valley Pharmacy. All they like to talk too much politics, boy. Nonetheless, folks, it's time for us to take that break. We've got the AM edition of News, Sports, and the Weather coming up. Those are for you who are on the television platform. We've got the rebroadcast of last evening's television news. Stick and stay with us. We're with you anywhere and everywhere.
When you need someone to help you to your feet, I'll be that beacon to your highest peak. Oh, I'll be right next to you, no, I will never leave. Come on, take my hands, we got everything we need. Cause you can look to me, whenever you're in need. Just call on me and I'll be on my way. I'll be by your side, never to divide. The light that shines always. Wherever you road leads, we'll make your dreams come true. Next time, right next to you.
Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
On Saturday, May 4th, there will be a shift on the island as the biggest grilling fest in Grenada moves to the big parish. The Maggie King of the Grill competition is at Progress Park, St. Andrew. Come taste the most sumptuous creations from the grill as top chefs and food enthusiasts showcase their culinary skills. Maggie King of the Grill is a festival like no other with live soca music, fun attractions, and games for the entire family. Then from 6 p.m., get a chance to win up to $5,000 cash in bingo. Interested vendors and grillers should call 456-3454 to register. It's the Maggie King of the Grill competition at Progress Park, St. Andrew. Gates open from 12 noon. Bring your appetite and stay tuned to this station for more details.
Maggie King of the Grill is made possible by Bryden and Miners, Hunt's, the official barbecue sauce of King of the Grill, Rubis, get going, Independence Agencies, agents for Swiss products, Grenada Paper Product, Grenada Bottling Company Limited, and Waggy Tea Rental and Sounds.
Thanks for joining us as tensions escalate in the Gaza Strip. Father Gerard Paul of the Holy Family Church in River Sally St. Patrick, known for his outspokenness and advocacy for social justice, seized the opportunity to expound on his stance regarding the Gaza war, urging churches to take a more vocal stance on global issues. More in this report.
Thought-provoking address to his congregates during Sunday Mass at the Holy Family Church, Father Gerard Paul addressed the ongoing conflict in Gaza. His impassionate plea resonated with parishioners, igniting conversations about the role of religious leaders.
The church must speak about what's happening. The church must let its voice be heard. This is not anything that I will back down on, because the church itself has said it over and over again. In 1971, the Synod of Bishops met, and they said that work for justice is constitutive of the preaching of the gospel. It simply means that you cannot be preaching the gospel when you are not doing the work of justice. You cannot. So the church is completely out of place to call itself the Church of our Lord Jesus Christ if it does not care about justice.
Father Paul's outspokenness has landed him in hot waters before. However, Francis Alexis, a witness to the signing of the mediation between Father Gerard Paul and Bishop Clyde Harvey, clarified that Father Paul's suspension, which was recently lifted, was not related to his statement on Gaza, but rather for alleged lack of respect for the church.
It is clear that there was no difference of doctrine, no difference of canonical belief, no difference of teaching between Bishop Clyde Martin Harvey and Father Gerard Paul. So you ask, well, why then did you have to have a mediation? Simple. There were differences as to emphasis. How, for example, to treat Gaza. Pope Francis and Bishop Clyde Martin Harvey have been, in their own way, protesting what is going on in Gaza.
Despite this, Father Paul continues to call on churches to be more outspoken on pressing social issues.
One of the lessons I draw from this experience is that we must never fail to talk. You know, we must talk to our enemies. We must talk to people who despise us. And this is quite Christian. As a matter of fact, Isaiah, which chapter I don't remember now, Isaiah says, "Come, let us reason. Though your sins be as scarlet, they shall be white as snow." You know, as though they be as red as crimson, they shall be white as wool. So God wants to reason with us. God reasons with us. You know, I mean, the very manner in which Jesus operated when he was on the face of the earth.
Some view Father Paul's message as a reminder of the importance of compassion, empathy, and solidarity in pursuit of peace and justice, both locally and globally. As the community grapples with the complexities of the Gaza war and its broader implications, Father Paul's words resonate as a call to action for all individuals to stand up for what is right and just. Nisha Peters, GBN News.
Now, Guelph fishermen are alleging victimization and neglect as they speak out against long-standing issues. The rest of the details in this report.
Fishermen in Guelph believe they are being victimized after speaking out about a number of issues they have been faced with for a prolonged period of time. In what is deemed to be the latest treatment meted out to them, they are alleging that their fish is not being bought by the Grenada National Traceability Technology Development Project, GNEXT, which operates at the fish market in Guelph. Cecil Joseph, former board member of the Guelph Fishermen Cooperative Society, said he was recently wrongfully removed from the cooperative's board and has not been able to sell any fish since.
We also asking for 2 board members and GNEXT are one skip, whatsoever it is, board. And we're not getting that. And instead of that, when I bring that to the board, what I receive is a letter stating I'm no longer a board member. As a matter of fact, I'm no longer a member of the cooperative. That the fishermen have to do something else with it. You understand? If you don't take it, I have to find somewhere to sell it or whatsoever. But I just don't understand why the victimization. Because if as you speak here, they will do that to you. And a lot of fishermen want to speak in, but they're afraid. Because if they come here and see them anywhere on the TV anyway, the next time they're telling that guy that don't take the fish, don't take it. And they are members of the cooperative. They are investors. They are shareholders.
Bill Etienne spoke to GBN 8 weeks ago about an issue with price of gas.
If Grand Mall did, just down there, and Grand Mall had the same Fisher Folk Association, and the gas is $11.00, wine guava should be $14.00, and it's the same concession. So where the other $2.00 going? Who he going to? What he going for? That is what fishermen want to know.
Etienne said since that interview was aired, although the gas issue was rectified, GNEXT has not purchased any fish from him, leaving him to seek an alternative market.
And then since after we speak on the news about the gas, I come in with me fish. 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, 6 days, 7 days, 8 days, 9 days, 10 days, 11 days, 12 days, 13 days, 14 days, 15 days, 16 days, 17 days, 18 days, 19 days, 20 days, 21 days, 22 days, 23 days, 24 days, 25 days, 26 days, 27 days, 28 days, 29 days, 30 days, 31 days, 32 days, 33 days, 34 days, 35 days, 36 days, 37 days, 38 days, 39 days, 40 days, 41 days, 42 days, 43 days, 44 days, 45 days, 46 days, 47 days, 48 days, 49 days, 50 days, 51 days, 52 days, 53 days, 54 days, 55 days, 56 days, 57 days, 58 days, 59 days, 60 days, 61 days, 62 da and to ask questions every time I come. We asking the person receiving the fish. Just know. You have to talk to the boss. And then men just stop taking me fish just because I come on the news and talk about the gas. And when I speak about the gas, I didn't have a waste conversation over the news. I get result because when I watch the gas bill after, the gas bill move from one price to the other. So even though I speak about the gas, I don't do nothing wrong. Suckle out certain fishermen. Fishermen come in after I go and fish days before some fishermen. Days, and I ice him down me fish. Then they will come and they go tell you, we don't taking stale fish. And then now, next week we go see a boat to come and spend 3 weeks in the east. 3 weeks and we only fishing for 1 day. And 2 and 3 days we icing we fish in a bin and a man have his fish ice down. For 3 weeks in a boat and we go take it and then we go send a man and the jetty with a forklift and tell us, you don't taking stale fish.
GBN attempted to interview Mr. Aldwin Ferguson, main representative of GNEX, and Mr. Cecil Marquez, Director and Public Relations Officer of Gulf Fishermen's Cooperative Society, for a response to the allegations. Both declined to comment. However, Marquez promised to facilitate a press conference featuring the board members of the cooperative as well as GNEX in the coming days. Reporting for GBN News, Beverly Telesford.
Meanwhile, the fishermen are calling for the intervention of the Financial Intelligence Unit of the Ministry of Finance to provide them with an update on the financial standing of the Gulf Fishermen Cooperative Society.
The authority have to let the FIU people step in and do full investigation and them, because you find even the people in the league and the cooperative, the people and them, when I make numerous complaints to them already, and instead of they listening and hearing the cries of me, they protecting the gentleman. We asked for a financial report which should have done by the end of this month, the last month, right? And up to now, we ain't get no feedback on how we will get a financial report, right? We are also asking for a lawyer for the cooperative, right? We are, up to now, we ain't seen nothing, right? And the members of the cooperative is fed up, right? Because we want to see transparency.
Other news, Roland Bowler, General Secretary of the new National Party, in the latest update, said the NNP's convention, which was first slated to be held in the latter half of 2023, is still in the stage of discussion. However, he said the hope is to host it this year.
We are looking forward as a party. The discussion is in the room, and it is something that is in the public domain as well. And there are a lot of people that are querying and calling and saying it's time for the NNP to have a convention. Even people who are not part or members of that is in the discussion phase. We are looking forward that this year it will happen. As I've said last time, there have been some impediments in the way, but one by one we are getting rid of them and we are preparing ourselves to move forward.
Bowler was further pressed for the reason behind the prolonged delay of the convention. This was his response.
I've heard the narrative about Dr. Mitchell. It is not entirely up to Dr. Mitchell to determine when there is a convention. I've said it before. I think the chairman, Brother Oliver Joseph, had said it. It is the executive to make a final determination when. There's no question about if there will be a convention. There will be. There have to be. The party is part of the process that the party has to go through. And there is no denial about that. Our constitution states it. There are reasons why it has not happened thus far, and those reasons have been given before. Based on the structure of how you're supposed to have a convention, coming after the defeat in the election, our party went to a low. I've said that on this very program before. I've known others who have said so. We were at a low, and of course you have to rebuild the morale in your people, you have to regroup, you have to regather, and we're seeing the growth. We're seeing people getting more interesting, people are getting more vocal, the thing.
Are you looking for a reliable, affordable, and customer-friendly pharmacy? Look no further than Hills and Valley Pharmacy, the nation's leading healthcare products and services provider. We are committed to serving you at convenient locations. Find an extensive and affordable selection of prescription and over-the-counter drugs and medical supplies at Church Street, Hillsborough, Carriacou, Jubilee Street, Grenville, St. Andrew, near the bus terminal, and Halifax and Grenville Street, St. George. Our committed team is always available to offer valuable assistance for managing your health and wellness. Discover the additional benefits of our wholesale distribution on Halifax Street and our Medcare Center on Grenville Street, where we provide in-house physiotherapy, massage therapy, doctor consultations, and eye care services. Our commitment is to satisfy all your healthcare needs, including competitive prices, loyalty rewards, and special discounts for seniors. Contact us at 435-6904 and WhatsApp 535-4734. Choose Hills and Valley Pharmacy. Remember, your health is our business.
I'm a VIP. I'm a VIP. I'm a VIP.
Are you a VIP? Have you taken the necessary steps to safeguard your child's health? Let's get it right. Get your child on their vaccination schedule. Our national protection and coverage is our national priority. Our actions will impact Grenada's health and wellness. Let's make childhood immunization and vaccination number one. I am Senator Jonathan Lacrette, and I am a VIP champion. Let's make all our children VIPs, vaccinated, immunized, and protected.
Let's all be VIP champions.
A message from the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Religious Affairs. Be a VIP childhood vaccination and immunization campaign in collaboration with UNICEF and the Pan American Health Organization.
Rebecca Television Center Foreign Affairs Minister Joseph Andal has confirmed that the Deacon Mitchell-led administration is in the process of setting up a High Commission office in Ottawa, Canada, a move considered to be a significant development in Grenada's diplomatic efforts. More in this report.
The decision to establish a High Commission office in Ottawa reflects Grenada's commitment to strengthening its ties with Canada and enhancing diplomatic representation in the North American region. Minister Andal emphasized the importance of having a presence in the Canadian capital to facilitate closer collaboration and engagement on bilateral and multilateral issues.
We recognize that to gain maximum benefit from our diplomatic representation in that country, that it is more productive, more sensible to have a presence in the capital where the decisions are made, where you're more likely to have an impact. So we have started the process, and we are now awaiting several other moves, some of which are outside of our control at the moment.
The Foreign Affairs Minister noted that while this new office is being established, the government will continue to maintain its relations with Toronto.
Once we get the green light from the Canadian authorities, we'll be proceeding full steam ahead with the physical setting up of that mission. And of course, we will continue to maintain our consulate in Toronto, where the majority of Grenadians in Canada reside.
The move is expected to enhance collaboration and cooperation between Grenada and Canada, fostering opportunities for economic, cultural, and political exchange. While the minister did not confirm the name of the individual who will serve as the new High Commissioner to Canada, speculation has arisen regarding Sylvester Quallis being a leading candidate for the position. Quallis is the current chairperson of the National Democratic Congress, NDC, and the former Environment and Social Development Minister during the 2008 to 2013 NDC administration. The establishment of a High Commission office in Ottawa underscores Grenada's proactive approach to international relations and its commitment to advancing its national interests abroad. The office will serve as a vital hub for diplomatic activities, facilitating dialogue, cooperation, and collaboration between Grenada and Canada. Nisha Peters, GBN News.
Well, there are plans to establish a recycling plant on island. However, in the meantime, the Grenada Solid Waste Management Authority and Cadwell Inc. have established a partnership that will see the shipment of bales of derelicts. Grenada's, we have more in this report. Christina John.
Andrew Cardwell, Chief Executive Officer of Cardwell Inc., said they have managed to run a successful recycling program in some Caribbean islands to the point where there is no need for the use of a landfill. The company is now working in partnership with the Grenada Solid Waste Management Authority to help Grenada in a similar manner. On April 2nd, Cardwell, a global leader in sustainable waste management, announced the successful recycling of the first container of approximately 48 compacted bales of derelict vehicle materials from Grenada at its Florida, U.S. recycling facilities. This move marked the initiation of a promising partnership committed to addressing Grenada's derelict vehicle concerns and fostering a cleaner, greener environment.
So we work with governments and utility companies, and we try to, actually, no, what we do is we develop recycling programs on island. And in doing so, we eliminate the need for landfilling because we develop export programs to take all of the recyclables and turn waste as a resource, almost kind of like an in-island GDP for exports, meaning we'll take the biggest problems like cars, metals, oils, chemicals, tires, and we process those things on island and actually recycle them for a profitable purpose to redevelop the beautifications of the island. For example, what we've done in a few other islands, we stopped the complete need for landfilling because up to 95% of what is actually thrown away is recyclable. We throw away glass, plastic, metals, things like that. We can recycle those things, and that's what we like to be able to do.
This recycling project aims to clean up all derelict cars and reduce public health and environmental concerns. The CEO explained the potential benefits to the island.
They get, one, the biggest thing that we get, and the most important thing, is a cleaner environment. I genuinely enjoy when I hear, oh my gosh, there's been fires for years versus we haven't had a fire in 5 years. And I love that number one feedback. First of all, for the health of the people, that's the number one thing. And then the health of the environment, absolutely incredible. But two, what we do is we do take the profits, we give those back to the island, and we continue developing the recycling program to either, for example, we'll take all of the metals, we'll export those out, we'll sell that recyclable, right, after we process it. And then with that, do they need machines? For example, forklift, excavators, telehandlers, balers, compressors, things like that to be able to expand and further develop the recycling program. And that's what we do. We use what was once trash, turn it into a resource or treasure.
All the logistics, Cardwell said, is handled by his company, with the Grenada Solid Waste Management Authority being only responsible for the loading of the containers. The project will be ongoing, and Cardwell wants people to be conscious about what they throw away. He said they will also look to give back to communities proceeds from these recyclables.
What we like to be able to do is find community opportunities to connect with. We typically look at in other regions, but orphanages, schools, churches, and we like to be able to take the proceeds, a portion of the proceeds from the recycling portion, and give back. And that's one thing that maybe we can work on together. We'd like to be able to find ways to reach out to kids. That's our number one goal, is how can we get them involved in the recycling program? How can we take what we're doing and not only beautify, but help the kids of the future in this way? And that's what we look to do. To being conscientious of what we're throwing away matters a lot. For example, when we're talking about landfill fires, and we've heard of this happening in the past, I would always recommend, hey, don't throw away your batteries. for example, right? That is one of the biggest things, that those little AA batteries are what starts igniting fires very, very quickly. And as we have a voice together, we like to be able to say, hey, look, let's work with whoever is a part of our leaders. And in our leadership, hey, how can we begin recycling at home? How can we start sorting and separating? The less that we can landfill, the more that we're going to be able to take care of our island forever. And it's all about our future kids, and that's the number one goal. So the idea is just being conscientious, continue.
I do apologize for not having the entire Christina John report. This story to report: Attorney at Law Anselm Clouden, chairperson of the Working Committee tasked with making recommendations for the decriminalization and legalization of marijuana to the government, says the move is poised to reshape the country's economic landscape and create a myriad of employment opportunities for Grenadians.
It is going to create unprecedented levels of employment in the first instance. Local production at home, you would have these licensed plots producing medicine, producing recreational cannabis for export.
Clouden underscored the urgency of the situation, noting the substantial revenue flowing to neighboring St. Vincent and the Grenadines, which is regarded as Grenada's primary cannabis supplier.
They get millions and millions of dollars from us because that's our main supplier. This is well known. A number of our young men go to St. Vincent, they come back, they're apprehended with 250 pounds of ganja. That is to satisfy the local market because there is a market for it. So that rather than allowing all our revenue to be streamed into St. Vincent, we should begin very quickly to have our own local supply.
Anselm Clouden said the committee of experts in various fields is gearing up to have a series of public consultations on the decriminalization and legalization of the controversial hub. The committee has 6 months to complete its task and present its recommendations to the government of Grenada for consideration. Highlighting positivity, the power of sharing with those in need. Time for GBN ISAW. Stay with us.
Highlighted in tonight's ISAW are members of the Grenville Police Station Fitness Group, a mix of civilians and police officers, as they collaborated with the St. Andrews Rotaract Club to embark on a soup distribution drive on the weekend. The aim was to promote better health and fitness and a closer relationship with people and communities. Over 50 soup bowls were given out to the less fortunate. We thank our citizen journalists for that submission. Send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp at 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
In honor of the Grenada 50th Independence, the Royal Grenada Police Force Band presents the second annual Mother's Night Out. Mother's Night Out. The concerts all going down on Sunday, May 12th from 5 p.m. at the Grenada Trade Center. Featuring live from TNT. It's crazy.
Time to come. America will have a black president.
John King.
How many more?
June Lodge. Together with the Hitman Inspector, Valine Ned, Samantha Dixon, Alex Phillip, Shane, Innocent, General PP, Kareem, Alexis, Ron Barry, the African Man, and much more. Dress code elegant. It's Mother's Night Out, the Grenada Trade Center from 5 p.m. on Sunday, May 12th. Lots of giveaways and prizes to be won. Champagne and roses on entry. You don't want to miss this amazing experience for mothers. Your tickets only $70 and are available from Gittins Pharmacy in Grand Dance and Grenville, Grenadian Optical, the Police Band House, Police Canteen. Make this a date for mothers.
Mark your calendars, football fanatics. The GFA is turning 100 this year, and we're ready to celebrate. It's GFA's Legends Weekend, a 3-day extravaganza, kicking off on Friday, May 3rd, and running all the way till Sunday, May 5th. Witness history in the making. The Caribbean taking on the world in a clash of legendary international footballers on Sunday, May 5th at the electrifying Kirani James Athletic Stadium. Get ready to roar with the crowd as iconic legends like Emmanuel Adebayor, El Haj Diouf, Alex Song, Michael Essien, Luis El Matador Hernandez, Shaka Hislop, Asamoah Gyan, Ricardo Bibi Gardner, Russell Latapi, Shallery Joseph, Jason Roberts, Dexter Daps, and a whole host of superstars light up the pitch. From breathtaking goals to unforgettable memories, GFA's Legends Weekend promises an epic celebration of football you won't want to miss. Keep your eyes peeled on GFA's social media for the full squad reveal. GFA's Legend Weekend. Be there.
Keeping up with the kids' growth spurts might mean it's time for a bigger fridge. Don't worry, at Quartz, we got you. Or maybe you're ready to turn your home entertainment up a notch? That means a larger TV and soundbar? We got you. Excited about making your new home feel more like you? We've got you. Need a better mattress for more restful sleep? We've got the size and comfort that's right for you. So shop today and pay later. Whatever you need, we've got you. Quartz, bringing value home.
On Saturday, May 4th, there will be a shift on the island as the biggest grilling fest in Grenada moves to the big parish. The Maggie King of the Grill competition is at Progress Park, St. Andrew. Come taste the most sumptuous creations from the grill as top chefs and food enthusiasts showcase their culinary skills. Maggie King of the Grill is a festival like no other with live soca music, fun attractions, and games for the entire family. Then from 6 p.m., get a chance to win up to $5,000 cash in bingo. Interested vendors and grillers should call 456-3454 to register. It's the Maggie King of the Grill competition at Progress Park, St. Andrew. Gates open from 12 noon. Bring your appetite and stay tuned to this station for more details.
Maggie King of the Grill is made possible by Bryden and Miners, Hunt's, the official barbecue sauce of King of the Grill, Rubis. Get Rubis, get going. Independence Agencies, agents for Swiss products, Grenada Paper Product, Grenada Bottling Company Limited, and Waggy Tea Rental and Sounds. JBN Television News at 7, a pulse on all things Grenadian. Look out for our new features through expanded synergies with our media partners in Barbados, St. Lucia, Jamaica, Trinidad, and beyond. Capturing the latest in news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Credible, informative. Thank you for making us number one. News at 7, live, Monday to Friday on GBN Television, Channel 7 and 11. K105.5 and 105.9, Hot 98.5 and 98.7, GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel, and www.gbn.gd. GBN, with you anywhere and everywhere.
Okay, good morning. It's 19 minutes after 7 o'clock. Welcome to the conversation this morning. And we do not have any in-studio guests this morning, so we have an opportunity to converse. We can talk. I know there are a number of issues that you would want to get out there this morning, and this is your opportunity. Yesterday, we had Father Gerard Paul with us. And we did not accommodate any calls yesterday for obvious reasons. And this morning is your opportunity to call in and voice your concerns. Good morning, caller.
Morning.
Welcome.
Nice to know. Listen, my only concern is, well, not only concern, but it concern me deeply. Now, this Sarah Gerald, or whatever I call him, I do respect his name. And he reiterated that Hamas is doing so much damage to the civilian population in Hamas. Yet, it behooves me that he ain't saying that Hamas is using the same population as human shields when they are warned to get out of area where fighting will take place. And it's on the news. And another thing is, he talk about June over 1 and 2, right? The Pope and them blessed Hitler and Mussolini in the First and Second World War when they was exterminating Jews. How come he can't see that? Huh? And that is history. That's a historical fact. The Pope, Italian Prime Minister at the time, Mussolini, he take the Pope, the crown from the Pope, and he crown himself in the Vatican. And the First World War, they get a blessing from the Pope. The Germans, the Axis Alliance. The Second World War, the same thing. At that time, they exterminated 6 million Jews around the world, in Poland, Germany, Czechoslovakia, wherever Jews was living. And now them had the audacity. And another thing they come in and do, the Bible condemn man marrying man, woman marrying woman. And they want to come and say they're going to give them the blessing. That is wrong. And any good God-fearing Christian should not support that.
But caller, I remembered clearly yesterday Father Paul strongly opposed that as well.
Yes, technically he opposed it, but he's still under the Pope's administration, who says that he is going to bless same couples, not marriage in essence, but if two men decide to be together, they could get his blessing. That is tantamount to say, yes, I will bless your marriage also.
No, he said he would not do that.
I'm not saying that as saying what the Pope
the Pope, right, yes.
But he all is a parent body from the Vatican. So they technically. And another thing, these people in Paradise, in St. Patrick's Sunday.
River Sally.
Now them clapping and saying when this man supporting, complaining atrocities committed by Israel against the Hamas terrorists who supported in Iran. They didn't remember how Hamas invaded southern Israel. They killed 1,200 people one day, The rape, the born children, the born family alive who they couldn't get throwing grenades. They didn't have the conscience to see how, and not only that, it's orchestrated by who? The most widely known terrorist country in the world, Iran. And look what Iran done on Saturday gone. They launched 130 cruise missiles, 50 ICBM, and how much drones against Israel. Had that penetrated Israeli defense force, you know much people massacre that take place in Israel, in parts of Israel, Jerusalem, Tel Aviv, and other Haifa and other states, and Iran call it a success. But it failed. And now Israel will launch a counterattack. Tell them just keep the peace. Okay. And one more thing, I'm glad the Muslim demonstration didn't take the motorcade. Well, they get a motorcade and shoot. They get a motorcade, a bicycle instead. Okay. Enjoy your day. Bye.
Have a good one, caller. You've expressed yourself. I'm just going to take a comment from yesterday from one of our WhatsApp contributors. He says, good morning, Father Paul. Good morning, Mr. Joseph. As it stands, and to my recollection, this present bishop has failed the church here in Grenada since his institution. What has he done to attract vocations? He has involved himself with a lot of wrongs publicly, and no one has spoken out about it. In my opinion, I think he was taken by surprise when Father Paul raised the issue of the church failing to speak out about the Gaza genocide, hence the reason for his actions. Let's go to the telephone line. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Mr. Joseph. How are you doing, sir?
I am doing fine, Mr. C. Sir. How are you doing?
I did.
You heard me call you this morning?
No. I put on the radio a bit late.
But my call was that I really want CSER together with FIU and other intelligence to really step up the game in Grenada, because this cyber attacks, they're going berserk.
Yes, they are. I mean, I've been trying. I've really been trying. But I've been calling for help for a while. You know, you have so many graduates from universities and so in IT and all these things. You know, just to join the fight in raising awareness and helping to strengthen our people. And that's one of the reasons why I call, you know, because two things real quick. One, the previous callers showed up the importance and the need, the desperate need for the Ministry of Education to look at media literacy and fact-checking, all right? Because it's clear that we have a serious problem. We take certain things that we see coming on certain stations and we just run with it. I've been hearing a lot of misinformation and disinformation being spread when simple things, I mean, you could fact check them things for yourself. So that is one. And two, Innocent, I'm very concerned with the amount of house fires we've had in recent times. I don't know why, but what I want to implore on the Grenadian population this morning, please check your hot rod. We've been having some very dry spells. The hot rod is supposed to have a bit of moisture every now and then. So just see where yours is. And if it's dry, just, you know, put some water there. It's going to help because, as I said, I don't know what is causing the problem, but I know something as simple as that. If it is an electrical issue, that can help alleviate some of your woes. So again, find your hot rod wherever it is, and give it a little water because the rain is not falling. It's been very, very dry. And Innocent, you know, you need me. I am just a phone call away. Grenadians, follow us. Pay attention because, yeah, it's bad now and it's going to get a whole lot worse. Understanding that the three leading economies in the world right now is China, the U.S., and cybercrime. Cybercrime is now number 3, estimated to be in excess of $10 trillion by 2025.
Wow.
Have a good day, man.
You too. God bless, Papi. All right. It's scary. It's scary. A friend of mine said yesterday he's going to withdraw all his monies from the bank, and he has a lot, right? And he's going to bury them in the ground because they'll be safe there. Yeah, let's go back to the telephone line and say good morning, caller.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to the program.
Thank you. This thing that's been going on for a long time, I think a lot of us in Grenada and some parts of the world are one-sided and biased.
In terms of what?
In terms of what is going on in Gaza. And I'll tell you the reason why. Why I say that Grenada and we had a similar situation in Grenada a few years ago. I was a young kid growing up at the time. Who created the revolution? For what we went through the revolution, who created it? We had to ask ourselves the question: who created the revolution? So it's similar in the West Bank and Gaza. Israel created Hamas. They have been killing Palestinians and so forth for years, and nobody questioned it. Nobody take any sort of a stand against Israel. So they created Hamas. Hamas decided they're going to retaliate. It's a form of retaliation that is going on in the West Bank. Why Hamas did what they did? Because the people were never free. Israel dictate and kill them and do all kind of things. No, did you hear the churches talk about? I 110% is behind Father Paul, and I will tell you why. Father Paul, look at life. He is the most, you don't have to be educated, but if you have common sense, you will understand where Father Paul is coming from. You could be very educated and have no common sense, and you think you're saying what you're saying to do because your education is, you feel educated, but you're not. Father Paul is talking facts, and the fact is, I believe what he's saying, a lot of the churches around the world, even the United Kingdom, the United States, who say we God people as well, they have never took a stand against what Israel was doing. But a lot of them want to condemn Hamas for what they're doing. So I would say I went through a similar situation once when I was in the Merchant Navy. We had a situation where the company was imposing certain rules and regulations and different things against us. And we had a meeting with the captain, the chief officer, chief engineer, all the figureheads on the ship. No, I was one of 16 West Indians on the ship. When we look back at what was put into us, I was the only one as a West Indian on the boat that talked against it. A lot of the guys, when I said I was going to talk, they said, you're going to lose your job. But I didn't care whether I lose my job or not. You know what happened after? After the meeting, the captain and said they're going to have to bring this issue back to the company. You know what happened? God killed me dead if alive. And next day, they announced that I should come to the mat. The mat is where you're being disciplined when in case you did or say something wrong. When I went up, the captain, the chief officer, the chief engineer was in the up conference room waiting for me. And you know what was said to me? God, as I said, killed me dead. I like to call that because we're talking about. The captain said to me, what you said today could have, the next port of call we could put to your show. But what you said today had made a lot of sense. In future, if you have any issues that you don't feel comfortable with, mention it to the chief officer or myself, because you have no support with your West Indian counterpart. And I'm speaking facts. You understand? Okay. Sometimes you have to talk it whenever something is going wrong. And I believe what Father Paul, I listen to this man, and I will love to be one of his congregation. The only thing is too far for me to go. But this man talk a lot of sense.
Okay.
And leave that topic there. Last night we had a real good time at Cheers with Mikey.
Okay.
Karaoke. And I would say, Mikey, good work, man.
Yeah, and he listening, tell him good morning.
Good morning, Mikey. Keep talking.
All right. And we'll be in touch. All right, have a good one. All right, folks, it's 28 minutes on to the hour of 8 o'clock. Let's take a connection with our WhatsApp platform and say, good morning, caller.
Good morning, Mr. Gordon.
How are you?
Well, just quiet for the time.
Lovely.
I'm fine. I learned a lot yesterday with that interview you had with
Father Paul.
Gerard Paul. Right. Two things I looked at. Two, they're very important. Well, first of all, let me say that piece first. I believe that when information is being given out, and it could be educational to many people, while I respect your programming with the BBC, but I think we always have the BBC. And a lot of focus sometimes is not on our society that can help develop us. So this routine thing, what I want to ask you, is the BBC News a sponsored program?
Partners, you're getting involved in internal affairs. No, it's just it's not necessarily sponsored, but it's just one of the programming aspect of the station, because we try to cater for as many people as possible. There are those who rely on the BBC News for information and so forth. So we try to cater for as many persons. So let me ask you this: having said that, I most likely will be reprimanded for not taking the BBC yesterday. You're gonna call and say no, reinstate me?
Well, I will call and say, if management do such to you, it means that same thing. Well, what in the interview been said yesterday, that there are sometimes we're not concerned about our fellow men, because BBC is there for 6 o'clock in the morning. It is there all the time. You could get it all through the day. If good information is being given out where people are to listen of things that concern them, I don't see that we have to make ourselves slaves to the BBC. We don't have to.
Okay,
but getting back
to your substantive point now.
Important point, right? Freedom of speech, as was rightly said yesterday by Bishop Paul, that a man must be able to speak with the conviction of his heart. And I keep saying the first thing that Christ tells us is to all love God first and love our fellow men, those that created in the image and likeness of God. You cannot preaching love God, and at the same time you're closing a blind eye to the ill treatment of your fellow man. And that is what I think the point is getting at. If we're preaching the gospel, we must also have a heart for humanity. And if he speak out on that, I don't see it like he attacking the church. Is it conviction, or he feel he can stand up and preach the gospel and at the same time turn a blind eyes to the treatment of a fellow person? He gave you an example. If someone is beating you up, he said that, cutting you up, should he stay and decide quietly and say, don't be innocent, don't be innocent? The person may not hear you. You have to speak out.
Right.
And that is just what he did. However, there was one or two aspects of the conversation I didn't agree with him on that. And that is what big people do. You could say something I don't agree. You see the aspect of marriage? I think that if you go way back, you'll realize from the very beginning, Adam and Eve, God bless them. Yes, you don't have to go in that church to be married, but God must be present in order for that marriage to be consummated in God's sight, and then the faithfulness of it. So yes, you have your partner. You don't have to go in a church. You get someone to bless because God leave a pattern. There can be a marriage. But what is interesting, a lot of people talk about the Jews. Do you know that the Jews, they don't accept Christ as the Savior? A matter of fact, the Jews only believe from, well, you could say Genesis to only the books of Moses. They don't believe in the New Testament. And the Jews, they're not looking and they don't see Christ as the Savior. So sometimes I just listen people speaking and saying all different sort of a thing. Get a Jew. I'm not talking about just any Jew. Get a Jew with his belief and ask him his belief as he require with Christ the Savior. And you'll hear what he tell you. The Jews believe Moses, not Christ as the Savior. And that is what Christ is saying to us. There is neither bond nor free, Jew nor Gentile, but in order for again salvation, you must come through Christ Jesus. So a lot of these religious bodies being misled and feel Israel have a right to just kill people. Well, if that's God's way of saving people by killing others, then something really wrong with God's word. And I think that we have to proclaim it. We have to talk about injustice to humanity. This is not God's plan. We have to love our fellow men. Thank you.
Thank you, caller. Have a good day now. All right, folks, we take a commercial break. We'll be back after these messages. It's 22 minutes after, on to 8 o'clock. We'll be back after these messages. Don't you go anywhere.
Served Grenada for decades. We are the #1 and largest electrical supplier.
Hi, welcome to Sunny Electrical. How may I help?
We offer electrical wiring accessories, tools, and appliances for all residential, commercial, and industrial applications, which is what we are known for. And we expanded our products with new innovative ways to modernize your home. New homeowners will be captivated in our lighting showrooms.
Some more pendant lights here. These are very multifunctional because they can work for kitchens, living rooms, bedrooms.
We have a wide selection of lighting, ranging from indoor to outdoor and solar. We are also available for site visit services to assist you with selecting the perfect light for your forever home. We are located at Dusty Highway in Grenada, St. George. Sudden Electrical. Best value, expert advice, quality products. We hope to see you soon.
Maroon and String Band Music Festival 2024, April 26th to the 28th. Coming together to preserve and showcase our culture is who we are. Friday the 26th, Salute at the Chapel. Early morning libation, 3 p.m. Saraka, 7 p.m. the official opening ceremony and cultural evening. Saturday from 10 a.m. Hillsborough Square. It's Strings in the City. 8 p.m. we move to the Botanical Gardens for Cultural Explosion with local and regional performances featuring Touch, the band. Admission $60. Then on Sunday, it's the grand finale, Paradise Beach. From 12 noon, musical entertainment. And from 4 p.m., Paradise Beach Friends, cultural entertainment and live music. Admission $20. Come and learn to dance the quadrille and big drum on Paradise Beach every Sunday after the launch until the festival ends. Kiriko Maroon and String Band Music Festival 2024, April 26th to the 28th.
From the fertile heart of Grenada to the far reaches of the globe, Ram's Supermarket brings together the best of both worlds. Savor the freshest, locally sourced produce from our trusted Grenadian farmers and explore a curated selection of top-quality international favorites. Experience a shopping journey where warmth meets a world of flavors and affordability meets premium quality. At Rams, we welcome everyone to discover the joy of global and local culinary delights. Nestled in Sugar Mill, Grand Anse, we are open all week to offer you a taste of home and beyond. Rams Supermarket, where our family, community, and the world come together. We are the good food people.
That's not how you cross the pedestrian crossing.
Really? One day I just woke up and I saw pedestrian crosswalks on the road. No one really showed me how to use them properly.
Well, this is how it's done. You never cross before doing these things. They might save your life.
All right, welcome back, viewers and listeners, and good morning to my good brethren Chinese out there in that's in St. David's. Yeah, Bellevue, always Bellevue. There's no, that's not Pomerous, that's La Sagesse. Morning, Chinese, how you doing, bro? Hope all is well with you. Yeah, it's 17 minutes away from the 8 o'clock hour. 8 o'clock workers, you should be a good employee today and be on the job by now. Someone on WhatsApp says, good morning, innocent, blessed day to you. In my opinion, Father Gerard Paul is double standard, meaning he's saying one thing but enabling the other. If what you going under his organization is so wrong, why did he join the priesthood? All right, well, let's go to the telephone line and say good morning, caller.
Hello, good morning, innocent.
Hi, good morning, welcome to the program.
Yes, how you doing?
I ain't do yet, but I go do,
Yeah, man. There ain't no fall, but you go make more. Listen, I want to speak a little on I heard the cry of the busmen in Grenville complaining about the hump on the bus terminal. Innocent? For me, I ain't see no need for a hump on the bus terminal. But listen, sometime a bus pack up 10 minutes, 15 minutes before he full, right? After the bus full, you drive out nicely with the passenger. I don't have a problem with the cross point because when you certain place you come out, you have to cross the road to go and get your bus. You see somebody stand up on the cross, you stop nicely and let them cross, and then you go your way. The bus terminal is not a highway. So I believe that the people who are responsible for the hump, that is my opinion now, must be see somebody might get knocked down on the bus terminal, the way the drivers and them drive out. So perhaps that is the reason why they put this hump. But if that is not the reason, I don't see a need for a hump on the bus terminal. So something have to be wrong. I don't know why is the reason they put it home, but everybody must think and care about it, because I don't see sometimes how they're driving out on the bus from the bus terminal. They doesn't drive out nice at time.
Okay.
So I find they must check themselves and see if it's them or who doing it, talk to them who doing it, and perhaps lower the hump or what the case may be. I don't have a bus, and I don't know how much people spending for the bus, but I find something in right with this hump on the bus terminal.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Have a good one. Have a good one. Have a good one. Saying good morning to my brethren, Mikey Hutchinson. Yeah, good morning. How are you doing, Papi? Hope all is well with you. Somebody's willing to eat breadfruit today. I don't know why. Breadfruit and saltfish sauce. Not my queen. Good morning. Good morning, caller.
Hello.
Good morning. Welcome to the program.
Yeah, in a sense, this Israel situation, a lot of the Christian church and them have it as God's people. You understand? But what's going on there, it is equivalent to what was going on in South Africa during the apartheid system. And people ain't looking at it so. People, God helping the people. But this is not true. The Israel God was speaking about was Father Jacob's son, the 12 boys. He named them, and they are the 12 tribes of Israel. What people doing as if now, okay, the land of Israel is the land that America and them place like England and them occupy after the World War II and call Israel. But they are not Israel, they is Palestine. Everybody should know that. I mean, come on.
Okay. All right. Thank you, caller. Thank you very much for your contribution this morning. It's 12 minutes away from 8 o'clock. That is our time, 8 o'clock workers. I do hope that you're already on the JOB, or else you're late. Let's go back to the telephone line. Good morning, caller.
Mr. Innocent, good morning to you, sir.
Hi, welcome to the program.
Yeah, just something I just want to implement. Just actually, it's advice. Actually, and I seen it, you know. I don't know if anybody has seen it. For instance, in that bus terminal in the city, right? You know, they're talking about the humps, but what I'm trying to talk about now is walkover. You have to walk over to go to the bus terminal. When the buses drop you off, you could walk up some stairs and just cross over on another side. Instead of vehicles when pedestrian crossing, they have to cross to go over from the bus terminal on the other side. I feel if you have two walkovers, it is much better and much easier in terms of the traffic. You don't have people crossing the street and whatever. So all the vehicles just running as normal.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, caller. Thank you, caller. If the police get serious about the traffic laws, there would be no need for humps in the terminal. The humps should stay there. Yesterday, I came from St. George with a bus. Father, help me. We need more humps all over. These drivers need to do better. All right, let's go to the telephone line and say good morning.
Yeah, Innocent Monday, and lots of people outside in Grenada here that anxiously look forward to news from the BBC. The BBC is a very good source of information, so we need the BBC. Anyway, in relation to the humps, I think what people are saying, they say that the humps are too sharp in the bus terminal up in Grenville. It's not that they're against it, so they're calling on the authorities, whoever it is, to lessen on the humps. It's not that they're against it. I think the way at which these drivers are driving these days and the amount of accidents, I think humps is needed. But finally, in terms of the amount of fires, I really don't know, and I'm glad somebody else raised it this morning. I find there's too much fires, and the thing about it, most of these houses are very close, and you're hearing 17 people lose their house. I can't go through all this amount of fires. You have St. David's, you have St. Mark's, you have Sauterre, you know what I mean? All about, and there's too much fires. And asking people to be responsible, including myself, probably they had to look at not leaving children by themselves unsupervised, probably avoid the use of candles. Probably if they had to go, I hear somebody say the other day they let some kettle on and they went and jog. I mean, if I hear right. I mean, so people have to be responsible. Make sure when you're leaving, plug out all your TV, your radio, or whatever it is that can cause fire. So I'm appealing to people because I find it's too, every day is a fire here in the fire brigade, up and down, apart from the bushfires. So I'm appealing to people, beginning with myself, because everything has to start with myself. Try and be more responsible and see what's going on in your house. Make double checks, triple checks before you leave the place, and avoid fires because there's too much of them.
Okay. Thank you. Have a good one. Thank you very much. It's 9 minutes away from 8 o'clock. All that is required is that we be responsible, be responsible. As I always advise and urge my listening audience, before you leave home, ensure everything that has to be turned off is turned off and unplugged and do what you got to do. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Mr. Gordon.
How you do?
I am trying.
Good, keep trying.
With regards to the issue that is going on in the Catholic Church with the head and Father Paul, the matter has gone to mediation. That is being said. It's like going to the High Court. GBN and everybody else should avoid having this conversation. As it is being said from those involved, those in authority, that both parties should avoid making, public pronouncements and stuff like that. Up to this point, I haven't heard anything from the bishop yet. And I believe it's unfair for people who is not familiar with what is going on to just be castigating each other and making public comments and things that they have no knowledge of. It is not a political issue. And we must give, the people involved, the church and everybody else, the congregation that is hurting. This is very painful for them. A time to heal, a time to, find a solution to their problem. And let us continue to, love each other. These people are in charge of so many of us, as Christian people who look up to them to that, special service. And I believe it is just fitting that, you give them a chance to heal and for mediation to take place. Because when you have a matter going to the High Court, we're not to be, having these sort of conversations.
Yeah, but caller, while I do understand the direction that you're going, but GBN never forced Father Paul to come on, and if Bishop Clyde Harvey wants to come and talk, he is open to talk. What is important, the important thing there is to hear it from, as we say locally, from the horse's mouth. So it's important to hear it from Father Paul and Bishop Harvey, but Bishop Harvey is not hasn't been available as yet, and I'm using the word as yet.
But the matter is going on in the court privately. When you're having high court matters, you don't have these discussions.
Well, it's not necessarily the same. They've come to an agreement, and Father Paul is quite aware of the agreement. So if he has no problems talking about it, then why? If the priest could play, who is we?
No, this is bigger than the High Court. It's like you have what is going on out there, this Gaza and whatever. You know how depressing it is for some people at home just to watch the news and see these photos. I have a friend that have an older lady in the house, and she doesn't even understand looking at the photos. She's feeling as this is happening here and crying out, why don't they call the Prime Minister about it?
There are a lot of people that cannot, do not understand what is going on and find it very depressing. They don't even look at the news.
Okay.
And we must consider that.
All right,
have a great day. Thank you.
You too, caller. Have a good one. Folks, it's 5 minutes away from 8 o'clock. We take a final commercial break and we'll be back after these messages. Don't you go anywhere.
From the fertile heart of Grenada to the far reaches of the globe, Ram's Supermarket brings together the best of both worlds. Savor the freshest, locally sourced produce from our trusted Grenadian farmers and explore a curated selection of top-quality international favorites. Experience a shopping journey where warmth meets a world of flavors and affordability meets premium quality. At Rams, we welcome everyone to discover the joy of global and local culinary delights. Nestled in Sugar Mill, Grand Anse, we are open all week to offer you a taste of home and beyond. Rams Supermarket, where our family, community, and the world come together. We are the good food people.
That's not how you cross the pedestrian crossing.
Really? One day I just woke up and I saw pedestrian crosswalks on the road. No one really showed me how to use them properly.
Well, this is how it's done. You never cross before doing these things. They might save your life. First, when you get to the crosswalk, you stop. You look left, you look right. If there's a vehicle coming, you put your hand out, making eye contact with the driver, indicating that you want to cross. And only when the vehicle comes to a complete stop, you quickly cross to the other side.
Stop, look, hand out, eye contact. Wait for pedestrian to cross to the other side, then you happily continue on your journey. This message is brought to you by this group of insurance companies, the Traffic Advisory Body, and the Traffic Department.
On Saturday, May 4th, there will be a shift on the island as the biggest grilling fest in Grenada moves to the big parish. The Maggie King of the Grill competition is at Progress Park, St. Andrew. Come taste the most sumptuous creations from the grill as top chefs and food enthusiasts showcase their culinary skills. Maggie King of the Grill is a festival like no...
All right, folks, it's just 1 minute away. Let's take that final call. Good morning, caller.
1 minute is too short, Innocent.
Okay, sorry. So you'll have to call back another time. Thank you for calling. Folks, this is where we end the program for today, and want to say a very special thank you to all those who called and participated in the program, contributed one way or the other. Thank you very much for your contributions and your participation. And if the good Lord spare our lives, we'll do this again tomorrow, same time, same platforms, channels, and frequencies. Until then, be good to yourself. I love you. Bye-bye.